Over the course of their career, a teacher librarian can influence countless young minds for better or worse, depending on the investments the teacher librarian puts into their media center, teaching, and relationships with students and staff. To me, being a successful teacher librarian is a lot like building a fire. You can't just throw some wood in a pile, light a match, and expect a bonfire to form. No, you have to learn proper techniques and utilize different skills in order to help a fire grow. Much like how a teacher librarian helps their students in school grow and thrive. Knowing one's core values and teaching ideologies are the kindling to the bonfire that is student academic achievement. Having a strong understanding of how to properly implement one's teaching ideology, like humanistic approach, which is my own core value, alongside creating insightful inquiry-based lessons allows for a strong educational foundation to form for students. Once students have this strong foundation, like our kindling, the teacher librarian can then start to build a community that fosters educational achievement. So one log on our bonfire represents advocacy and collaboration with staff to co-teach lessons. As a school librarian, I have the knowledge and ability to impart information on research techniques, book advisory, class readings, and cross-curriculum instruction that provides a higher level of interaction inquiry in a classroom for students. Not all teachers will want to collaborate, and that is okay. But it is important, and my goal is to make sure that all staff know that they are welcome in the Media Center and that I am always available as a resource for them and their students. Our second log represents the social emotional support for staff and students that the library provides. The library is a living, breathing entity that acts as the heart of a school when given the opportunity. By building a diverse and inclusive collection and using it in my teaching, I can make sure that every student in this school sees themselves in a book. That is a right as a librarian that should not be taken lightly and should always be fought for against those who seek to limit students' intellectual freedom. Rudine Sims Bishop's mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors metaphor is one of the most influential ways of conveying how a library has a responsibility to be diverse and inclusive. A book is a mirror for a student to see themselves in the pages. It is a window when they see the lives of others whose experiences are different than their own. And a book is a sliding glass door when a student is immersed in the lives of someone else to grow their empathy. Our final log represents a relationship that is a critical component to keeping all of the figurative logs of a teacher librarian's experience in the proper position for a successful library. This log symbolizes the relationship between a teacher librarian and their administrators. I was lucky enough to discuss the role of the library with a principal who fully supports the library and its ability to help reach literacy goals across all curriculum areas, meet the social emotional needs of the students and staff, and create inclusive environments, all while filling in gap roles and handling Chromebooks. The relationship that I want to have with my administration is one of understanding, open dialogue, and respect, because together we are an unstoppable force capable of helping students achieve academic excellence while meeting their social and emotional needs. This is done by speaking the language of administration through open discussion, data collection, and bringing answers to the questions that we may already have. With our self-awareness of our teaching style and goals as our kindling foundation, combined with advocacy for the library, a diverse and inclusive environment, addressing social emotional needs, and a well-working relationship with administration, we have built the foundation for a bonfire. By all of these aspects, leaning on each other, like our wood leans here, we've created open space for the kindling to catch flame. This openness is representative of embracing each student's learning style and needs individually rather than implementing a mass dictator-like teaching regimen. By embracing students' differences like Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences while utilizing guided inquiry-based lesson plans, I am able to create a classroom flow that ignites individual exploration and achievement, much like how the airflow allows the bonfire to grow. Each student is capable of starting their educational careers kindling, building their skills upon the other, and eventually igniting a love of learning that will serve them in the academic achievements and their entire life. There will be many challenges that I'll face in the library, but the greatest I foresee is time management and advocating for my role. With the integration of Chromebooks and ever-changing technology, the role becomes a juggling act. The integration of artificial intelligence in the school system is a hefty task alone, but it is the librarian's job to teach how to successfully and responsibly utilize AI in the classroom for both teachers and students. However, there is only so much time in a day to manage Chromebooks, pull data reports, teach classes, build co-teaching curriculum with staff, develop and implement professional development courses, build a diverse curriculum, and so forth. So here we have where one pillar or log could collapse. It is critical to advocate for what the role of a teacher librarian is, with all that entails, so that the to-do list to assist students and staff while maintaining the library is done in a way that allows progress, or else this system could collapse. My greatest strength to meet these challenges is my outgoing personality. I have never met a stranger, and I plan to build healthy working relationships with administration and staff. This also goes to building healthy teacher-student relationships where all students feel welcome in the library and that they have a safe environment in the school to be themselves and seek knowledge. However, a weakness is that I do get overwhelmed. When one pillar falls, I sometimes end up making more of a mess trying to fix a problem, kind of like trying to fix a fire when my kindling won't start. However, with time and patience with myself, I know that I can take a deep breath and rebuild. When it comes to student groups, I foresee my greatest challenge being non-English speaking students. I am a strong believer that everyone has the right to take part in class and that language barriers should not hinder this. I'm currently learning Spanish to be able to address the issue. However, I have a hard time with languages. It is a weakness I have had my whole life. So I find ways around it with translation apps and assistance from Spanish-speaking students and teachers. I never want a language barrier to make a student feel that they cannot succeed. It'll just take creativity and patience to make sure that all students are able to excel academically, no matter their language background. At the end of the day, I know that my career will be kindling, starting out like before, a roaring bonfire of success with student achievements and goals met, a hot mess like fallen logs that simply need to be rebuilt. But there's one thing I will never allow to happen. I will never let the flame go out. Sure, teaching may lead to running on embers some days, but where there are teacher librarians like myself who care about the students and staff, there will always be a chance for the Media Center to be the heart and roaring flame of educational achievement.